And good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. You're supposed to say
Hi.
good afternoon back.
Good afternoon back.
Not you, Jerome, the
Good
student.
afternoon.
Okay, we are
Good
recording. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. And just a little, as you know, we're going to have Joe Fontechia start in just a moment. But as you know, you're like, I just found out yesterday. Well, we knew Joe was coming to Arizona. He was actually coming out to visit his daughter.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
And he said, while I'm out there, I don't mind going down to the Tucson and Mesa store and doing a little something. And then the last minute, we said, well, while you're here, why not at least put it on Zoom? So I just sent out the notice yesterday, and today I sent the email out. So we got, pretty good response. So it's like 64 people. Gosh, maybe I
Wow.
should do last minute notices more often.
This is good.
All right. So I'm going to tell you how the program's going to start. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Joe here. I'm going to switch cameras. Now I have to do some work on my phone while he's playing, so I have to use a different camera. It's not as higher quality, but it'll suffice. But what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce Joe in just a moment, and he's going to do a concert, about 30 minutes or so, give or take. And then we're going to take a break, and then when he comes back, he's going to do one of his tricks of the trades.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got, I think, some of what he's going to do in the concert is going to be applied in the workshop.
Correct.
So maybe take some notes of what he's doing in the concert. He may quiz you. So with that said, let me switch camera views here. Now, I will tell you the lavalier that he's using, the mic, the little thing connecting, the batteries on that are rechargeable batteries I bought in the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
So they're no longer charging all the way.
Okay.
So if he loses his microphone, just somebody shout, and I have this backup microphone for him just as a backup, okay? So I'll just put this over here, and I'll come in here and check on you in just a little bit. So if you see me walking in, just ignore me, okay? So with that said, we want to give a nice, big, warm welcome to Joe Fontechia here in Tucson, Arizona today.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna get started. Welcome everybody. We have a great crowd here, and I'm gonna get started right away. What I'm gonna be playing is some stuff that I'm gonna talk about in the workshop. And Robert just said, do the concert first. So I'm gonna start off with what I call my unbelievable stuff. It's just a combination of many, many things of songs. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that. That was I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Oh, it wasn't? Oh, I goofed, didn't I? I didn't play that, did I? Oh, I just wanted to know if you were listening. All right, that was a Broadway, and I did a combination of a couple songs, and there was one was called More, and the second one was Our Day Will Come. But I actually introduced the song with the theme from one of the West Side Stories, which was Tonight. And then actually I did a little bit of a Hungarian Rhapsody at the beginning of it. So it was a kind of a mixture of a lot of things. So I hope you enjoy that. But I'm going to slow things up just a little bit. And I'm going to go over here to, incidentally, I'm playing on the Grand Marquis, which is available. It's an unbelievable instrument. And what I did is some of the songs I want to play, I put in something called favorites, which means I didn't have to go hunting around or put a USB in. So I was able to put in some stuff so that I could play very nicely at the beginning. And what I did is there's an arrangement. I could have danced all night, which is a waltz. And I slowed it up, and it's in 3/4 time. And there's a number. This kind of has a sentimental value to me because I'm visiting my daughter right now here in Scottsdale. And a few years back, I lost one of my daughters. And so it's always sentimental. We go over and kind of say hello to her. And I always remember the song I played for her, and it was called Till It's Time for You to Go. And I thought I'd kind of dedicate it today since I'm doing a concert. It's a very beautiful song. And incidentally, if you want to get a great version of it, of all the people that are singing it, it's in a special arrangements done by Elvis Presley. So if you look up Elvis Presley love songs, one of his albums, and I'm going to give you a hint, he sings an unbelievable version of this song. So just happened to mention that because I do dedicate, a lot of times I bring that CD and I play along with Elvis on that song. So it's a very beautiful, beautiful song. And if you haven't heard it, Till It's Time for You to Go. And I did it in a kind of a country background this time. Isn't that a beautiful arrangement? It's gorgeous. And if you want to know, you can find that under, let me give you where you can find that. It's under Could I Have This Dance? And that's if you have that in your song setup, Could I Have This Dance? It has that background, and you can play so many beautiful, beautiful ballads with that in 3/4 time, of course, everybody. I have an audience here, so folks, I didn't mean to get away from the screen over there. So I hope you enjoyed that a little bit. It's a little different than the normal thing that I do. In fact, almost all the stuff that I'm doing today is not part of my normal concert, because Robert kind of put this together for me, kind of as usual, said, Joe, you're ready to do anything I ever say. So here it is. So, all right. So anyways, I'm going to be, I hate to say this, I'm going to be turning 80 in about 4 weeks. And so I like the 50s, that's when the Beatles came around, but I really did enjoy when the rock and roll came around, not the hard rock and roll. So, and I remember a guy by the name who sang this song, Johnny B. Good, who was what? Who knows? And, well, never mind. If you don't know who it is, here he goes. I'm too old for that.
Never too old.
That's too young.
Well, you see what music does. It brings out your heart of you. You can't help it, folks. Play music. Play music. And just to tell you a little bit, music and everything. I have to tell you this story. It's the funniest story. Not really a story, but it's true. I was shopping. Of course, you have Fry's here, right? Well, in Florida, we have Publix. Publix. And I know music, to me, always brings out smiles on people. Am I right? And I'm standing in line, and there was this lady, and this poor young girl behind there was new. And they always have this 2-for-1 stuff, you know, where you buy one, you get one free. And so this lady had a bunch of this, and this poor girl was going through heck and back trying to get it right. And she's giving her a hard time every time. This pretty girl was almost in tears. And I'm watching this and watching. I finally said, "Excuse me, miss, do you play music?" She says, "No." And I said, "I can tell." I said, I could tell. And the girl behind the car says, why did you say that? Because I said, people who play music have a better attitude. They love things around them. They enjoy. And I said, I can tell that she needed music playing because everything. She says, well, that made my day, she said. So this poor young girl just had a smile on her face that somebody said that like that. So again, folks, play music. It does. It makes you smile. I don't care if you're sad, you're sick. Play. If you're hurting, play. Try it. I don't care. We're not going to be concert artists, but we're all going to have fun playing, right? So we all enjoy that. I hope you enjoyed some of the varieties I'm doing today. These are a little bit different than my usual. Oh, there's another one that I came across. Because whenever I do stuff, I experiment. Well, this one is called, I never played this before, and I say that this way because it's called a light march polka. Now, I never heard of such a thing. If you're going to play a polka, it's usually pretty hard, right? So this is called a light march polka. And if you have it in there, look it up on your machine. It's called light march polka. And it sounds something like this.
the name of that, Joe?
One of those songs.
One of those.
One of
Thank
those
you.
songs.
Thank you.
For asking that. Anyways, like I said, it's kind of different. I just wanted to do that light march polka. And when I come across something new on some of the instruments, I say, let's try it and experiment. So I hope you guys don't appreciate some of the, that's a kind of a cute one. Polkas are usually too overbearing, and that one's a little bit lighter in sound. So you can do wheelbarrow polka, you can Pennsylvania polka, whatever polkas you like to play that is pretty cool, okay? So I hope you like that one. Let me go back over here and let me see. Oh, I got to do this because this is going to be part of the workshop. Okay? And I'm not going to tell you what's part of this, but this is a medley I put together many, many years ago when this first became out in the instrument. It's called Continental Brass. And if you've got that, and this Continental Brass is actually Herb Alpert's arrangement of some of his songs that he made popular. So I did a medley of his stuff, and there's a way, it's kind of different because everything is in different keys. everybody, you know, everybody keys. Keys are what every song is. So I won't give any hints on, but I'll go over that in our workshop about how we can do this, play songs that don't match. So what this kind of is fun to get this going, okay? So, and we're going to start. I won't even name the songs. I'll tell you later on them. Thank you. How we doing? We okay? Oh, applause. Oh, I got to get some more applause. So the first one was Spanish Flea, and then Tijuana Taxi, and then it was called Lonely Bull. And the last one wasn't much of a hit of his. It was he did it in a polka version. It was called Brasilia. And I did them all different keys. So, and I blended them together, and there's a way of doing that. So we're going to have a workshop on how I can play a medley and make it sound, what's the word I always say? More professional, yes. So we're going to do that. That's part of our workshop. Also, I did something called transposing. There's a trick in how to transpose, too. You don't just touch the button any old time you want, you know, just transposing has. So we'll get into those two things in the workshop. So how we doing on time? We okay?
I think you have time for another song.
One more song? Okay, well.
And then we'll recharge your batteries.
All right,
literally.
Good. There's a real big history of this next song because I have to tell the story of it because when I was 16 years old, 17, I was really performing, and I won I'm not going to brag, a lot of contests, and I played for Orchestra Hall, and I said that I want to make music my career, and I loved baseball. Unfortunately, I shouldn't be playing baseball because what happens with baseball?
Yeah.
And maybe for those of you that know Chicago, in fact, I showed it to my wife the other day. I said, here's the ball we used to play with. It's called a clincher. A clincher is, for those that don't know, it's a 16-inch hard ball, and you don't have gloves. You catch it with your hands. So those from Chicago will say, gee, you got to be crazy. So here I am. I'm playing center field, and the ball is as hard as can be. And, of course, if you know baseball, the center fielder is like the captain. He runs behind the left fielder. He runs behind the right fielder. He's kind of guarding in case of ball. But anyway, long story short, the left fielder, the ball's hit hard. He decides he doesn't want to catch it, and all of a sudden it hits me in my right hand, and I break my fingers. So, and I didn't want to tell anybody, so I broke my fingers. They put it in a cast because it was a blood clot got in it, all kinds of problems. They said they were going to amputate my one finger, and so I couldn't play for 6 months. And I got one of those balls, remember those rubber balls? And so I learned to play all my songs with my left hand. I practiced just every song with my left hand. And one of the songs I did with my left hand was a song called Flight of the Bumblebee. So I learned to do it. So I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to start it with my right hand, but I'm going to see if I can still do it with my left hand also. So we're going to finish up with this. So that's the story of this. My left hand could do everything that my right hand could do because I, for 6 months, had to learn how to play everything with my left hand. So, and it goes, so it's really Thank you.
Oh my goodness. That's that Slumdoggy rhythm, huh?
Yep.
Well, give him a big round of applause.
Oh, man.
That's applause in the key of E flat. Let's do applause in the key of C. Yeah, that sounds a little more
Very
realistic.
good, Robert.
Yeah. Well, that's a great way to start the afternoon. Forgot what time it was. Well, what we're going to do now is take a break, and then I got to literally recharge his batteries just to be on the safe side. And then just don't go around, don't go too far, and then in about 15 minutes or so, I'll come back and I'll give you like the 2-minute warning so that way you know, and then we'll do the class.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Do you have handouts for this?
For
If I
them-
can scan them,
Yep.
I can get them posted on our Patreon thing
Okay.
at some point. Okay. Okay. Another round of applause, everybody.
Thank you. See you in a few minutes. About 10, 15 minutes. I'll be back.
All right. I'm going to keep the Zoom on though.